Hey Aries, welcome back to Distilled Tarot. My name's Shannon. I'll be guiding you through this month's reading. This is going to be our monthly reading for the month of September 2022. Let's see what's going on with Aries. The heart of your reading, we have 3 cards. The Sun in reverse, 9 of Swords in reverse, and Strength in reverse. Okay, so in the center of these 3, we have a relief of some sort. Something that you or someone close to you has been stressing out about, potentially losing sleep, potentially feeling guilty or ashamed. There's relief from that. The reversal means you're moving past that, or there's been a conversation and people are feeling better about things now. And on either side of this guilt, shame, fear, self-doubt that's resolving, we've got issues of Strength in reverse and the Sun in reverse. So I'll go over those one at a time. Strength in reverse talks about either things that used to be qualities within you that you used to deem kind of rough around the edges. Maybe you thought you had some room for improvement. You're now implementing those upgrades into your life. Like you've worked on yourself and now you're a bit more polished in certain areas. Now you're implementing them. That's one possibility. The other possibility with Strength in reverse in this context for me could be a resistance to the polishing process. Like you've got some qualities that are challenging for you and for those close to you, and you know this about yourself, and you have this internal resistance about doing anything about it, changing. I'm getting the impression that it has to do with, like, up until this point, the reasoning for the change you've taken issue with. Like perhaps someone was trying to make you feel less than, so you had to change for them, and yeah, that's feeling kind of like questionable for those of you on that side of the fence in terms of this card, the Strength in reverse. Now the Sun in reverse is a very positive energy, but it's almost like you don't feel like you're quite at the precipice of breaking through into a new kind of brighter, more optimistic way of living. But you see it on the horizon. You see it down the line. You think, okay, now I know what direction I want to head because greater freedom and prosperity and abundance is in this direction for me. Quite hopeful, but it's almost like the beginnings, the beginning glimmer of hope after you put some stressful concern behind you, or you make some sort of breakthrough or progress on a stressful concern. So that's kind of the topic we're talking about today. Let's see the current challenge. I feel like we've already kind of talked about, like inherent in that topic, some of the challenges you might be facing. Let's see, what is the main challenge that Spirit would like to talk about today for Aries? What can Aries work on? 4 of Swords in reverse. Don't get bogged down in analyzing the situation. Don't get bogged down in needing to pull away. Okay, that's what it is. I'm getting a strong feeling of like that's the message that needs to come through for you guys today, is overcoming this tendency to run, to pull away, to need like too much alone time, or alone time in the amount that kind of causes a rift. So whereas there's the healthy way to take time for yourself. Like if you get upset and tempers are flaring and you just want to step away so that you can return to the situation with a cooler head. or if a new topic comes up between you and a group or you and a loved one, and you're not sure exactly how you feel about it in the moment, so before broaching the subject, you kind of want to, Four of Swords, pull back, gather your thoughts, and not just proceed to have a conversation when you're kind of in the midst of chaotic thought yourself, right? So those are not the type of pulling away we're talking about right now. The challenge that you're overcoming in this situation is this impulse to, when potentially stressful or guilt-ridden or shameful situations crop up, or when you start to feel that way, or this could be someone close to you, this could be a tendency on their part, when you have the feeling, oh, I get a twinge of guilt here, or I'm being made to feel guilty, however you perceive that, your instinct is, F this, I'm out of here, I'm not dealing with this, I'm gone. Like, maybe your sole method for dealing with those sorts of feelings is to withdraw and be alone and kind of run away from it rather than deal with it in any sort of constructive way. The reversal is encouraging you to find another tool to put in your toolkit of how to deal with those feelings. And the fact that the Nine of Swords is showing up in reverse as the topic of your reading tells me you're already well on your way. You're already kind of addressing those sorts of feelings or concerns or thoughts and framing them in a healthier way. In a way that you can still maintain your strength, your inner strength, and your independence, yet remain connected and not have to create a rift somehow in your life between you and whatever the other side of this situation is. Okay, your focus at the moment, we have Justice in reverse. Some sort of imbalance or unfairness you feel is pulling your attention toward it. You kind of can't get your mind off of it. You might feel like you are being treated unfairly, or you might be analyzing how you could treat others more fairly in the situation. Show me the recent past. What led up to this for Aries? Page of Cups in reverse. A pattern of either being this way or connecting with people in relationship who are this way, which is to say tepid in terms of love connections, not really taking emotions very seriously, wanting to stay in the shallow end of the emotional pool when it comes to what you're seeking. Like, no interest in really allowing other people to know how you really feel. It could be for some of you even to the point of not wanting to analyze your own emotions yourself, like not being able or willing to feel your own feelings. That's in the past. That's what you're kind of moving through to the point where we've ended up at this moment. The topic of the conversation being like having addressed certain thoughts about like guilt, shame, or fear that you're resolving right now. The energy of your environment, this is how Spirit is supporting you through this situation, is the Four of Pentacles in reverse. I get the impression that you are seeing examples of healthy interdependence in contrast to codependence. In terms of relationships, Four of Pentacles can represent clinginess, neediness, in a way that's unhealthy. Like, it's a fear-based reaction, fear of losing what you have, so you hold on to it super tight, you almost have a stranglehold on it. The reversal is being able to remain connected to something without strangling the life out of it, so to speak. So I feel quite strongly that for most of you, the message here is that you have recently seen modeled behavior, whether it's through people you know in real life or a movie you've watched or a television series that you're watching. There's some sort of kind of aha moment you've had in terms of how a healthy relationship looks that is helping you make breakthroughs about this topic in your own life. Show me what comes next. How does this story unfold for Aries? Seven of Wands. Okay, this is setting healthy boundaries. I love the way this is progressing because in a healthy, interdependent, not codependent relationship, whether it's a love relationship, a parent-child relationship, friendships, you and your boss, or whatever kind of dynamic this is relevant for in your life, healthy boundaries is one of the, I'd say, top 3 important factors in a healthy relationship. So Seven of Wands is all about deciding what do you stand for and where do you draw the line for other people in terms of, if you want access to me and my world, this is what I require. This is the boundary. This is my line in the sand of everything that's close to me, everything that's on my side of this line, the little circle I draw around myself, my sphere of influence. This is how I love myself. This is how I show love to myself. And anyone that's going to get this close to me has to abide by that as well. If you don't want to abide by that, then you need to remain on the other side of my boundary. So this is about deciding where do you draw that line on different issues for yourself? What is important for you? What is important enough that you need to build and communicate and enforce those sorts of boundaries? That may mean eventually, if people are close to you and they're not respecting those boundaries, enforcing consequences like, I am not going to have lunch with you. I am not going to continue living with you. I am not going to continue taking on the workload of an extra person. Like, these are the sorts of enforcements of boundaries that would be required of you, and that is depicted as part of the Seven of Wands energy. So let's see what is going to surprise you in this situation. What's going to affect the situation that Aries doesn't see coming? Okay, there's going to be a change of plans or a scrapping of a plan, Two of Wands in reverse, that brings about an ending of sorts. Now the swords as an ending is all about it's the element of air, it's the element of the mind, your thoughts, your belief systems, your mental paradigm. So one is going to catalyze the other. You're either going to experience a surprise change of plans that for you means, okay, that's all I needed to know. This is done. I'm not thinking about it anymore. I'm not attached to the idea of it anymore. I can allow that idea, that concept, that belief to die. And it's going to remain that way in my life. Or the other way around, something's going to surprise you and be dead, done, over with, and that is going to catalyze the scrapping of a plan. Like, oh wait, I don't believe this anymore. So this roadmap that I had laid out, this itinerary that I thought I was going to go step A, step B, step C, that no longer makes sense. It doesn't jive with my new paradigm. So I have to scrap the new the old plan. Let's see hopes and fears. What is Aries hopeful for, and what are they concerned about? Victory and recognition of such. The Six of Wands is about coming back from battle victorious and being celebrated by those you were battling for. It's a recognition of some sort of effort that was the result of which was success on your part. So there's a few different angles that you could be feeling. You're hopeful that you will be successful at this effort. You're hopeful that your successes will be recognized. And you're fearful that you'll fail, or that you'll do everything that you believe you should, and you'll believe that you succeeded, yet the other people around you won't. But what I really feel is deeper than that is you're uncertain about being your own arbiter of success. You're concerned or unsure about placing the power in someone else's hands to decide whether or not you have been successful. That makes you feel very nervous, anxious, uncertain. And I would posit to you, perhaps that's the reason. Perhaps the reason is because you are the one to decide whether or not you've been successful at your own efforts. You set the goalpost. When you reach it, you decide that you've succeeded. Does that make sense? Okay, let's move forward to the end result. Let's see. How do these energies culminate for Aries in the month of September? Okay, we have the Knight of Swords and the Ace of Cups, and this is pretty beautiful energy together. So we have taking action based on a certainty of belief. Now, we have a lot about changing ideas, changing mindsets, overcoming fears, doubts, and insecurities. And I feel like this is you being more confident in what you believe to the point where you're ready to take decisive action. You pair that with the Ace of Cups, and for those of you wanting to seek love, this much more closely, I feel, would indicate you reaching out to someone that you care about and being in the right headspace to make some sort of offer based on how you feel in your heart. This is the Ace of Cups, feelings and thoughts, okay? So taking action because you're very clear-headed and confident about what you think and what you believe, to finally take this cup that you have and say, here you go. This is what I think. This is how I feel. This is my offer. It is possible, as always, energies can be reversed, and this could be the end result is someone else seeing how confident and bold and assertive you can be when you know what you think about something. And in return, or in answer to them seeing that energy from you, some sort of action that you take, they now feel like now's the right time. Now's the right time to tell them how I feel about them. Now's the right time to ask them on a date. Now's the right time to ask them to marry me. Some sort of emotion-based offer. I think you're not going to have to wait very long to see very positive results from this metamorphosis you're going through, this inner work that you've been processing some stuff and really paying attention to what's going on inside of you emotionally and mentally. And it's going to pay off sooner rather than later. I'd say more than likely before the end of this month. Possibly beginning of October, but I wouldn't say much longer than the first week of October for this end result. Okay, let's get you some advice. How can Aries optimize this energy? How can we work with this energy for our highest and best good? Okay. As advice, we have the Queen of Pentacles, and then at the bottom of the deck for the overall energy of the reading, we have the Ten of Cups. Come on. I mean, this is saying what's the potential kind of all-encompassing energy for everything we've been talking about today and for you for this month. It's a happy family life, whatever the word family means for you, and that's with you at the center of it. So whether that's you and a chosen family of a group of friends that you're close with, or you and a spouse and kids and pets behind a white picket fence, whatever your version of ideal emotional fulfillment looks like, that's kind of the potential that's here to get closer than you've been before because of this clarity and self-work that you're doing. That's what can result from all of this. Now, your advice to optimize your outcome is to embody the energy of the Queen of Pentacles. This is the Earth Mother energy. This is I think I want to highlight that it's a receiving energy and not a go and get it energy. Like, let me think of an example. If you needed let's see. Let's say you need paint, and the type of paint that you need for a certain project is sold out in all the stores. It's just not available. So the masculine or the yang energy would be, I need to go out and hunt for this. I will go to every paint store that I can find. I will talk to upper management. I will place a personal specific order, a special order for this product to make sure that I can get it first. If there's anything like that you want or you need, you're like, I'm going to go get it. I want it. I need it. I need to go and find it. Spirit is asking you to consider how you could go about getting this a different way. And it's almost like setting a trap for it. It's hopefully that doesn't sound strange for the how this applies in your life. Let me explain. It's like, so you need this paint. Let's say there are probably a lot of people who own it and aren't currently selling it, who have what you need and aren't using it. So perhaps you go on a bunch of painter forums and get active in the chat, and you advertise, oh, I have X, Y, and Z canvases available, and I'll trade for this paint. Or I have 2 tickets to this gallery opening of an artist that uses this product that I will set as bait or a prize for whomever can demonstrate their use of the paint. And all you need to do is to send me 1 container of XYZ paint and your submission, and that will get you entry to this contest where you could win. This may be a convoluted example. Let me just say, hopefully I'm getting the point across of the way that the Queen of Pentacles gets what she needs isn't by like going out and hunting for it. It's by luring what she needs to her. Okay? So I'm going to leave it there, Aries. I wish you the best for September, and I will see you back next month. Bye.